Muy buenas noches, everyone. I hope everybody's doing well, blessed, and enjoying family. And please allow me to start off by thanking everyone for you guys' get well wishes, you guys' prayers, and for you guys' time. Get well wishes, you guys' prayers, and for you guys' time. Do know that from the heart, I thank you. And as always, I wish I was more clear on my feelings and words to express them. But do know that I'm humbled by every one of you. Y muchísimas gracias. Now, second of all, I want to give my apologies for two things. One is for, you know, not being able to put this out the way I told you guys I would. It's just when I put that short, things got a little difficult. That thrombosis acted up on me, and for those that know thrombosis, it's basically the arteries on the lungs close up, and so you can't breathe, so you're there huffing and puffing, and I had a heart attack in April. That was one of the last things I had, so it puts pressure on my heart, and I hit the floor, and I have to go back. So they start treating the thrombosis with this nasty shots in the belly button, and then I get bad, then I have to stick around in the hospital and wait till the doctor say that I'm actually cool to go back, and that was a delay. And the second one is for the time this is going to be going out. I hope that you guys are able to listen to it and is to a good understanding. I'm not still 100%. I'm home, and but I do think that when I started telling my story on Tony's channel, I always address the concern of mine that I needed to start posting on my current health situation of what I was doing, just to be more clear with you guys. But for some reason or another, I kept getting shut down. It was another big motivation on why to start this channel. I wanted to be more clear, more in touch with you guys, which I attempt to this time around. So I'm gonna start off with a little bit of my history, and I'm gonna be posting up, doctor's note that have to do with me, with my health, my situation, so you guys see that it's not me just woofing up my neck or trying to act pity like some guys used to post on Tony's channel. That I was a liar, that I was just this and that. To be sincere, they don't fade me. What fades me is they put that gusanito on those that have extended their love to me, and I don't want that. To those are the ones that I'm addressing this to. For you guys to see, and you guys see that I'm blessed by God, which in my case is Jesus, that I'm here. To the doctors, I was supposed to be gone. They can't understand how after all the stuff I gone, I'm still here. And second of all, why I'm only semi-paralyzed. I'm still able to hold a conversation, and that goes to why my voice kind of drags. I'm semi-paralyzed from my left side, so it's difficult, especially when I go to something of that magnitude of stress. It's just harder for me to speak. But anyways, I would also show you guys how I'm not just on here and just speak about helping raza, period. How I'm actually out there in the trenches, even though I already know what's out there. But I'm actually trying to help, like I always state in my videos, those ones that are still in time to be helped. But anyways, allow me to get into the story. or into the video purpose. Okay, for those that know me, my name is Robert Alvarez or Roberto Alvarez. I was always in and out of juvenile hall, camp, YA, jail. My story began on Tony's channel in 1996, where I got busted. Or I got busted originally for 21887s, attempted murder, discharge of firearm from, and gang attachments. OSS, discharging a firearm in city limits, which But anyways, when I got busted, I'm from Northern California. That's where I'm born, raised, and so I got brought into the game banging life, and which led me to do what I did that day. To me, it was just something that it was normal. It was part of an everyday thing. And I hit county, loving my neighborhood, being proud. Sorry to say it like that, but at the time, it's where my mind was at. I was proud to represent my neighborhood, and so I hit there. I got sentenced with 2 life sentences. One as a juvenile, which I was supposed to complete, and NYA till the age of 25, and then I was going to be transferred to CDC and complete another life sentence. And but what I wasn't ready for was, when I hit CDC, I hit San Quentin, and it was a complete, 160. It was a complete different scenario. I wasn't used to it. I'll just say it like that. I went in there, YA baby from county. It was just always about what you had set between your legs to get into a place where it was rules and regulations for everything. And at the time, as I told my story, I will touch on it again here. I had a cellie, an old man from Riverside, and I was still being a knucklehead. I used to, whenever they cracked the doors, I used to shower in the cell and come out and just hoop bang, for whatever reason. I was a dummy. Whenever a pegada had to happen, I used to always lift my hand. It was like my mentality at the time was, I gotta put my neighborhood on the map. I gotta put my neighborhood in the right people's ears, and it's because how we're raised. We're meant to believe in something. So I went up in there, a youngster with a life sentence, nothing to lose at this time. So I went up in there with one motivation, which was just go out. At this time, as I said it before, I don't know if I was blessed or cursed by my cellie, which I will touch on further more into it. He actually used to always shake his head, and I used to always be like, I had that little chip on my shoulder, like, what's up? And time came though where turned out he was somebody, and I had no choice but to sit down and really take his advice and listen to him. So he started schooling me, which this led me to being on the road to crash in prison. I don't know if maybe I would have hit a main line, and the way I was would have probably gotten, worked on by my own gente. But anyways, he took me down a spiral of something new, something that at least the area that I come from wasn't really out there like that. At this times, yes, we were hearing it. There was workers there, and but it wasn't like that. It was still about carnalismo, your neighborhood, And well, anyways, I don't want to make this too long. I'm still trying to bounce back. So, anyways, from there he took me under his wing, and it was just like, you know, cada pinta that I would hit, it was something. It was new problems, new things. But I am thankful, for his advice, for him having the hand over me. I was actually, I was actually, I could say, I was drunk with the respect that came with it. Now I don't know what type of conversations he had with his hermanos, with other pilis, but one thing he always advised me, never be under one, be for the causa and only for the causa. Hit a yarda and always go to the right people, and have him check your paperwork and be like, dispuesto, lo que se ofrezca aquí estoy. Other than that, if you don't get asked, don't do. So it's just something that always stuck with me. As you guys will hear my story out, and my my going throughs in prison, you could say. But anyways, I ended up getting caught up in the political dilemma in prison. That have to do with pilis and camaradas, and trying to uphold our gente, and it was just one thing after another. And I seen actually a couple videos today when I got back, and I see two channels. I see one that was basically throwing indirects my way due to him thinking that nowadays it's just due to them individuals like M, Arrasa ain't getting raped, which I'm gonna touch on. I'm not gonna be on here on the he said, she said, or back and forth. Nah, it's a topic that I think it needs to be cleared up, because this is what fools our gente. Our people on the streets thinking that they get busted and they go in there and they only have one option, which is to be stepped on by this individual. So you're actually helping, that gente keep that foot on the throat, and keep our gente down. Now I do understand that you were in a CCF where funny stuff was happening, which I'm pretty sure to this day in a CCF funny stuff is happening, right? But anyways, like I said, this ain't what this video is about. It's just people don't take conscious. There's a lot of people on here speaking a good message. Another individual is one, they keep asking me if I knew him and I ran into him. I actually seen a video today where I'm not gonna say he glorifies these individuals, but basically telling people, that you wouldn't say it to their face. I mean, come on. When you say things like that, then you're not saying it correctly. When you say you won't say it to your face, you're meaning you won't say it to his bodyguards, 10, 15 of them. Because to her face, I mean, I think homeboy's real. I know so. He has a great message, and I understand the angle he's hitting it. But I think he just needs to address that angle better, because it's misleading again. But anyways, back to me. I had a lot of time for 2002. I hit the shoe, and then from then on to the time I went to the feds, I did nothing but shoe turn. I caught a big case in Corcoran shoe. For those that don't know, if not, again, I will get into it. And basically, They shot me in 2004 up to Pelican Bay. I was already validated, so I was sitting up there, you know, to the thank of God. Right before, everybody was let out the shoe. I got, I was supposed to be let out in California under a technicality, but under false accusations. I'll just leave it like that. They ended up shooting me to the feds, which I didn't do much time, but my stupidity, if I could say it like that, didn't end there. It's you know how they say there's three colors. It's only two colors, black or white. It's either or not. Well, I got caught up in all three, 'cause I. It's like that. I got caught up in Cali's politics, in the federal system that led me to come out here, to Mexico. I'm currently in Culiacan, Sinaloa, and now that leads me to touch another thing. I don't mean to minimize anything. I want to put this out there to you guys, and get back into my story, which I know there's a lot of people don't like the way I speak, but please know, I'm trying. I ain't meant for this. You could say that, I'm trying to do something positive, though. One, two individuals. That's the only thing I agree with this guy that put out a video today. The best thing is for you not to go into the system, man. That's why you gotta break that misled to believe thing, which is to be somebody. We have to go inside and earn our stripes. At least get to do something for these individuals. There's nothing inside, man. They're gonna step on you. They're gonna use and abuse you. And again, this guy say they don't make you do anything. I don't know where you've been at, but now it's a known fact. They're not just making you do something. They're making your loved ones do something. Period. No buts or ifs. So I mean, again, you need to direct your message the way it's supposed to. Don't help mislead the gente. I think you're true. Cause you speak about a lot of people doing wrong. Come on, homie. You done it yourself. But again, I'm not here to do that. But anyways, that leads me to what's going on with me. Not this last December, but the December before. No, November. Something happened with me. Now, I should have done this too earlier. Let me tell you that when I came out to Mexico, I was wiggling, going through what I had to do, for the señores out here. And due to me having family that's involved in the negocio down here, I was being utilized or used to basically open up pipelines and direct things towards Cali. Again, this ain't about me getting into detail. Please forgive me if I'm not making sense. But in that wiggling, I saw the new color, which is down here in Mexico, which is completely different. A lot of people say it's a different animal. Oh, you guys have no idea how it's down here, and that includes our gente, pilis, camaradas, and the things that we have to go through down here, which I will get into, But most importantly, the things that they preach in Cali, that they turn their cheek and support down here. Again, it's why misled loyalty, right? Now, the one thing I agree with this individual from earlier is that, we have choices. Of course, we always have a choice, But, when you're in that, and that's all you're taught, and that's all you're hearing. That's the only option. You don't have nobody telling you, that it ain't the correct way. Then what are you gonna choose? But to keep pushing, and maintain. Turn your cheek and turn the other cheek. But anyways, in November is after a long time, the Pili from Ontario, uh, D, he pulled me with him. He was not just a heavyweight over there, but a really heavy individual here. One of the ones that had part of the state, had his crew, and I'm talking about not, a whole bunch of dudes walking around with something up their butt, literally con cuernos and camionetas, about it. He was big. I would touch on that. But after some issues that happened in Oaxaca, I got pulled up there, and to be sincere again, I got fooled. Not fooled, I got comfortable. I started doing things that were a lot easier, and I trusted this individual with a family member or a couple, and which it didn't work out like that, and he not only validated my trust again, but it hurt my family. And after a while, I was looking at this individual in the eyes and asking, that I was told this and what's up with this. And he was straight looking into my eyes after over 20 years of keeping it, as truthful as I can. I was always about the gente, and to be sincere, I always did it for camaradas, But I understood that the causa was the camaradas, and it was to maintain solid by upholding these individuals with respect, which after all it was what our causa was set to be. And as I stated before in a lot of my videos, I'm not on here to push people to go, peseta, or even to get on the stand and testify. I sincerely think that's that's not a way to go, That's just not the way, go tell on somebody or help the feds and then come on here and talk about righteousness. It's just, well, at least in my eyes, it's just not what I'm here for, I'm on here for those that haven't gone through it, Just be smart, man. Concentrate all that effort you put into something that it would it would turn into something that you're not used to, which was my case. And something that a lot don't make it out from, and from a lot of different reasons, You go up in there with short timing, and then you're put to do something, and you're stuck forever, sitting down suffering, and your family suffering with you. And then just for one day, somebody just deciding you're taking space and taking you out or having you go to that side, and then you're gonna regret like I did, everything, all the effort you put in for what, and anyways, this individual, I was taking care of a ranch, and a lot of things were happening while I was up there in that 4-acre ranch, and basically I was going into it with which I thought were people, but in reality it turned out to be our own gente, trying to step on toes, which that's a common thing, right? F a camarada, I just want what he has. And I was put in the spot to actually do something, and everything just came in, all the suffering, all the time I sat down, everything. And then this individual that again trusted, and I'm not blaming him. In reality, it's my fault for putting that trust in him. And here I was willing to hurt someone and sacrifice everything again. And I just said, you know what, if this, and I told the individuals, ¿sabes qué? Párate and get the out of here. No, I went, turned in the keys from the ranch, cause you know, at the time I still had that, yo no soy de esos, and I took off, man. I was done, Yes, I got calls, they called my family here at the rancho, they actually came here to the rancho, even after I got on YouTube and they see me sitting down in a hamaca or anything, and nada. Because at the end of the day, money trumps anything. I'll just leave it at that. And for those that think that if someone steps back, they try not to contact you, and man, you guys have these individuals really fooled, man. Because I know for a fact 3 pilis out here are messing with 2 5s and R's and dropouts over there. When it comes to money, they don't care, man. So take those blindfolds off, at least over the young ones, trying to, so they can do something, Stop misguiding them in what purity is or what is. These individuals, man, they only care about one thing, which is money and alimentando la vena, That's it. And but anyways, a month after I had stepped back already, I had one brain stroke, which I will put the MRI here from the first one, that damaged my whole left side. As you guys will see, all the dark spots in the MRI are the damage in my head. It's what left me semi-paralyzed. And I was going through the things, and I had another one hit me. It was literally 2 3 weeks apart. It hits me and it damaged, but not as hard as the first one. The first one straight put me on my butt, in the hospital. In the hospital, me being a dumb butt, terco, I tried to do force, and it hit me again, and it dropped me. And doctors were treating it as that, and I was getting medication, but they didn't know why, due to, well, I'm not too old, and it's just something for somebody that was in their 70s, and I did tell him I went in cork and shoe through cancer and everything. So that once I told them that, they go, nah, but it don't come out on your blood, right? That's what they told me. And time passed by, and in April, thrombosis hit me. And I tried to be strong, and while thrombosis was hitting me, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't sit down. I was trying to stand up where there was air, and I had a heart attack that knocked me off my butt, and I ended up in emergency. And after that heart attack, they started treating the thrombosis, and they had me there. They decided to do studies on the lymphoma Hodgkin's disease that I went through, when I was younger. And it turned out that, yeah, it was one cancer specialist that I thank the Lord for, that came and said, what kind of cancer you had? And I told him I had lymphoma Hodgkin's. And he told me, well, that's the problem, when it comes back around, it don't necessarily comes in the lymph nodes the way people think. It starts attacking your organs, so you start going through this, which was my case. It attacked my head. That was the reason for that. And if they would have discovered it then, I don't know, but then it attacked my lungs, my heart, and I'm currently, I have a bad liver, where they can't seem to tell me what's wrong. It's Mexico, and everything's feria, but all they tell me is I'm losing blood, so I constantly have to be going in and getting blood put in, which was the case this weekend. And but it just, blood. You don't know what that reaction. To be sincere, every time I go in, it's a different thing. It could be from being desperate to putting you on your butt in the hospital. And in this case, it was my thrombosis that went back in. And where I'm at right now is I'm going through radiation treatments. I thank the Lord that yes, it's still painful. I know there's something else wrong. Like for example, like right now is, oh my God, if you guys would know, from the back of my head all the way down to my butt, I feel like they're literally stabbing me with something, but downwards, and they're holding it stuck inside me, and they're really just twisting it up and down. It's so painful, but at the same time, if I force myself, I know my heart ain't going to take it. So it's a struggle. Again, I would put all the doctor's paperwork on here. I don't want those guys to come on this channel now and start calling me a liar that I'm faking. What the doctors exactly said was, last month I was supposed to be gone. So again, it's a great blessing to be breathing another day, right? Given the opportunity. Now, for those that think that I'm on here, just, I don't know. I do get up and work from 7 till 4, 5, 6 sometimes every day. Because at the end of the day, I'm in Mexico. I have to eat. I don't know nobody down here. And even the family members I know, they always see me and hey, cómo estás, pero from lejitos, which is cool. I don't want to get involved in none of their personal stuff no more. And they seem to be respecting that. Yes, we conversate and they tell me when so and so comes by que yo arrimé, but other than that, they tell me, aquí, well, you guys get what I'm trying to say, but I tend to just respect, their doings, and they seem to respect me. But I'm also trying to help. I'm trying to spread the message and more than what you guys think. I'm on here trying to prevent our gente to go through the suffering I went through. You can't call it anything else. Yes, there was good moments inside, and yes, there is good people. Like this camarada said earlier in his video, there's some good ones. Yes, there is. I said it from the gate. And then there's those, that are always gonna trump those ones that try to do good for the gente. Unfortunately, that's part of their organization. If not, they get politicked on and removed, as you guys haven't seen. I will be posting on some pictures, of me. That every 2 weeks I go either up to the Sierra or down to the city, or I move around, to speak with kids about prevention, because there's a bigger problem. It ain't just gangs and what awaits us. A lot of people, they always say, soy raza, soy mexicano, but it's always talked about what's going on over there. Mexico's beat in for a lot of reasons. Besides what governs here, it's trash. And I'm sorry because I got a lot of family involved in it, but I say it to their face, that, well, at least not their faction, but most of the factions, to me, they're trash. They mess with girls, they mess with kids, they mess with family. To me, that's straight. I don't have no other word but basura. It's just si andas in the, if you're there, getting it. Mess with those gente, the ones that are getting it. Why go after kids, family, grandparents? Anyways, I will get into that too. But I go out and I do prevention, to kids from 5th till, I believe, 8th, 9th grade. I try to guide them. Also, family members contact me, when someone's willing to to talk to me, and I actually have a family member that helps me fund. If they got a family member willing to receive treatment, I tend to at least help those, because there's a lot of poor people suffering, man. And I'm not talking about food wise. I'm talking about, with a rebel family member, which was my case, and different different things. But at the end of the day, anyways, it's just, I know I will never make up for what I did. As I said it before, I'm at peace with whatever may come, and even the things, the pain I'm going through day by day. I accept it in full heart. Estoy dispuesto. At the end of the day, I'm well aware that every action has a reaction, and I don't expect nothing different. Now, with me doing this, it ain't, to pump myself up, or because I'm scared of death and I need an outlet after death to calm myself. Nah, I'm sincerely just speaking frankly with everyone. I just don't want that day to come where I'm gone. God decides to take me, and the only memory that my loved ones have of me is hurting people, being a jailbird. Always being in a jail, being up in the cerro, camping and waiting for orders. Or, I don't want that, man. I want at least something. I pushed all my family away. Point blank. They call in from Cali and they tell me, hey, this is a typical conversation with me and a family member from Cali. Hey, Q, ¿cómo estás? ¿Estás bien? Sí. Ok, te quiero mucho. Click. That's it. And I don't want to leave that, especially for, I just don't want that, man. I don't want the last thing someone has a memory of me of is bad, at least something positive. With this, I don't attempt to get any brownie points with nobody. I'm doing this from the heart, and because I feel this is what I should be doing, which is allowing God to do His time and work through me, and staying away from something that it became obvious what it was really meant. But anyways, mi gente, I'm not gonna take more of you guys' time. Por favor, discúlpenme if I sound todo oído en esto. Do understand, man. 2 days, 2 nights in the hospital with IV, and first with sitting there receiving blood, going through the headaches after blood, and then thrombosis, couldn't breathe for half a night, and then heartaches, worry about me having another heart attack, and in and out with painkiller. Just forgive me. Again, I will be posting doctor's notes and me actually out there doing what I'm telling you guys to do. Por favor, as I'm telling my story, help me, spread my message. Subscribe and share, just to get my message out there to those that are meant to hear it. I know I ain't the only one doing it, so de poquito en poquito se llena un vaso, right? Con esto dicho, les agradezco todo de nuevo, de corazón. Please stay true to yourself and loyal to your loved ones. God bless y muy buenas noches.